Bible said, and I quote, "My people perished for lack of knowledge." My people perish for not getting the knowledgeable truth. With that, I say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you are and depending on your time zone. And also, when we are able to upload this video, this is INI TV. We are global and social commentators. Just like we used to say in this channel, we are out for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that is why we preach good governance in this channel. We preach better life in this channel. We want to uplift the welfare of Nigerians in this channel. And who has that propensity to carry this country to the paradise that we've dreamed of is no other person than Peter Gregory Obi. Because of his antecedents, because of what he has done, and because of what he says. Remember, Shakespeare says that there's only 3 ways to know a person. Shakespeare was one of the greatest playwrights in the world. How do you know somebody? By what he says about himself, by what people says about him, and also his action. Nobody, as I speak to you today, I've said, Peter Obi did this bad thing to me. Nigerians were about 230 million. Nobody has come and said, Peter Obi did this bad thing to me. He has even said, if you have proof that he has stolen money, come out. He will stop campaigning then while he was campaigning. Nobody. This is a man, after 8 years as a governor, refused what he was entitled, his benefit. He didn't take it because it's not as if he does not have use for money, because he felt he was serving his country. He was serving his fatherland. This is a man who put his country first. And he is somebody that we call a nationalist, a citizen. Yes, this is why we are following Peter Obi. And the vehicle he's using to get to Aso Rock is the Labour Party. And if we must follow Peter Obi, we must go with him in that vehicle called Labour Party. That is why we are calling on all. Labour Party today, as I speak to you, is the most credible. I'm not saying they don't have staying, fine, but it's the most credible party in Nigeria. Why? Because of the head. If the head is not stealing, those following will not steal. Peter Obi said it. And if Peter Obi has stand for equal rights, equity, truth, credibility, justice, then you should also be aware that Labour Party will follow suit. And that is why we are calling on all. Be you in the APC, in the PDP, in AFGA, in PP, NMPC. There is only one movement that encompasses everybody that is looking for good governance. And that's the obedient family. But here in this channel, we'll say we are Obi-centric, because everything we do for now centers around Peter Obi. So, like what we started with, my people perish for lack of knowledge. It is not only lack of knowledge that is bad. Sometimes misinformation, half-truths, when people cunningly tell you lies, but cover it with truth. Such truths, half-truths, can lead you to the wrong path. Why am I saying? For the past few days, if you go to the newspapers and all, you read Labour Party, Peter Obi, PDP, and Atiku have closed their case in the tribunal. It's half-truth, and a lot of people have called me. Is it true that Labour Party has closed their case? That is why it is very important that you subscribe to this channel. Because why the mainstream media is cajoling you, telling you half truth, to bamboozle you, to confuse you. What we do here is that we'll sit you down, we'll analyze it, we'll tell you how it is. And you should not fall for those newspapers, mainstream media, who's heading is being targeted for one thing: to mislead you. And that is why we are making this video. The Labour Party and the Obedience
Peter
have
Obi.
not closed their case in the tribunal. Even PDP has not closed their case in the tribunal. What has happened is that PDP, as well as Labour Party, they have submitted their evidence. They have presented all the evidence against INEC and APC. I want you to get this thing straight. You know, our constitution is like what the Bible is to the Christians. Our constitution is like what the Quran is to the Muslim. Our constitution is the traditional laws that the traditionals hold on to. And the electoral law comes from the constitution. And the constitution gave so much power to this electoral law, which in turn gave so much power to INEC. So what we have in court today, as I speak to you, is not INEC coming to defend themselves. No, 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 no. It is Labour Party and PDP that need to come out and prove. They need to come out and prove that INEC went wrong. You get it? That is what our constitution has given so much power to INEC. Whatever INEC says is being backed by the constitution and the electoral law, which of course the electoral law came from the constitution. So it is not INEC that is on trial. It's as simple as this. You have accused INEC that INEC has wronged you. For example, come to the court and prove how INEC has wronged you. That is exactly what is going on. So INEC is not in trial, if you understand me. So it is the Labour Party and the PDP that has to prove to the court where INEC went wrong. And that was why Peter Obi came up with a lot of evidence. 3 halos full of evidence. And apart from that, remember, Peter Obi said, I will prove it in court. That is exactly what the court wants Peter Obi to do. That is why he was given 3 weeks. And he has presented all his evidence. Peter Obi has presented all his evidence. Peter Obi brought in about PDP. First of all, let's talk about PDP because they were the last to present their evidence. PDP brought in 27 witnesses in 3 weeks. 27. They also talked about the forged certificate. It was PDP that brought that evidence to court. And also this passport of a thing. The Guinea passports that Bola Ahmed Tinubu hold. So those are areas that PDP has been able to prove to the court that this man is not genuine. In addition to the fact that there is this confusion. Is Bola Ahmed Tinubu the same thing as Tinubu Adekola Bola? Because Tinubu Ade Bola is a female. Why Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a male, according to the Chicago State University records. So if I am member of the Labour Party team, I would have asked that please let us find out if Bola Ahmed Tinubu is a he or a she. Because the whole thing is confusing us. Even to NYSC certificate. Remember, there was one NYSC certificate that was presented when Tinubu was going for governorship. And when he was now asked to produce that NYSC certificate, he said he produces a certificate that exempts him from NYSC. So the whole thing is just confusing. So that was why they now have until the 3rd of July, that is INEC, APC, they now have until the 3rd of July to come and defend this accusation that PDP and APC has levied against them. So as for the Labour Party was able to prove that a lot of malpractices happen. A lot and lots. Can you imagine 18,000 polling units went blood? The results went blood. Nothing. And even some states some local governments, what was uploaded were women cooking, dog on their bed, their
It was not
bed,
even
their bed
they were
beds,
great cars, oh.
just normal
Car.
cars on the roadside. We uploaded, and yet you said this was a technical glitch. Thank God, Labour Party brought an IT specialist who analyzed the whole thing and who said that even with the beavers, they can still get what was in the beaver, even though the beavers have been deleted. They can still get what is in there. So I want to use this medium to appeal to the judges to please let the IT guys get their hands into the beavers and produce the original results of all the states. So we know really who won the election. Definitely we know Peter Gregory Obi won the election, but we want to know the distance that he gave to APC. Like what we have learned, APC came third, and not even up to 3 million voted for APC. Imagine at the end of the day, we've been told that APC had close to 9 million. How did you manufacture 7 million? Where did you get 7 million from? Those are the questions that INEC is going to answer. And I pray that the chairman of INEC come to court and let us know. Over 300 billion and more was used to conduct an election where women cooking in the kitchen were uploaded, cars in the street, dogs in their beds were uploaded. And at the end of the day, nobody has brought up a criminal charge against the INEC chairman. Nobody has brought up a criminal charge against the INEC chairman. And to worsen the whole thing, the press is beginning to send the messages that Labour Party and PDP has closed the case. That's not true. Yet they have closed. They are bringing evidence to court. Now it is now left for INEC. In fact, INEC should come out and defend. Tell us what happened. There should not even be force. They should come out and explain. It is the duty of INEC to explain to Nigerians what happened. So thank God on the 3rd of July, INEC and the APC will be looking at all the evidence that Labour and PDP has brought to the court. They will now try to answer them. And Labour Party and PDP will also have chance to cross-examine. If there are certain areas that they don't like, they will cross-examine them and ask them to explain properly. A lot of people have said that if the worst come to worst, because it is clear that this election processes was wrong, the election processes was abused. What INEC promised us, INEC did not do. INEC went all the way from the rules of the game and was doing whatever she pleases. So a lot of people have said at worst, they will ask for a rerun. And at best, after looking through the evidence and try to get the original result from the deleted beavers, probably we all know that Peter Obi won. And if that is done, it will mean Peter Obi will be announced as the president of the federal government of Nigeria. But a lot of people are saying that if the court asks Bola Ahmed Tinubu to go, what of if you say no, he will not go? Remember, it is the duty of the military to uphold the constitution. And if the judiciary has said you did not win the election, you have to go. If he did not go, the military will go to Aso Rock and push him out. Remember, that was what they wanted to do to Trump too when he said he was going to contest the results while still in power. So be rest assured, the military will go there. If the judiciary have said yes, Peter Obi is the rightful winner because he had the rightful counted vote, he will have no option but to leave. So that is why we're asking you to please pay more attention to bloggers who go out to search for information, who listen to local and international news to search for information. We don't just pick one media and will tell you this is Any TV. We are global and social commentators. We ask you to please like, comment, and subscribe. If it's the first time you're coming across this channel, please subscribe. And also, your comments is very important. And when you like, you are indirectly telling YouTube to spread this video to a large number of audience. And for our returning subscribers, we say thank you, thank you, thank you. Remember, we love you, but God love you most. And I see it's a culture in this channel. We will catch you when we make the next video. Until then, we'll say chooks, adios, au revoir, ciao, hasta la vista, bye bye. Thank you.